What's up, guys? So in this video, we're going to talk about niching down. If you're just starting out, should you niche down? Should you go broad? If you're running SaaS, why do you even need a niche, right? So all of these questions that come up, it's inevitable to struggle with those. So I'm going to tackle that as best as I can to help you make a good decision on what you should do in your Go High Level SaaS agency or SWAS, whatever type of offer you have. The question still remains, should you niche down or not? What are the benefits? What are the pros? What are the cons? We're going to dive in. Let's get it. I've got my notes here, and the first thing I'll say is that it's not 100% clear, and it's very circumstantial, and these are not the fun answers, but they are the real answers, and you've got to make a decision without having all of the evidence. You've got to be able to make decisions without knowing exactly how it's going to turn out, right? And something that I've strived to do is make a decision made in faith, right? A decision that's made in faith without meaning I'm going to do this and I believe this is the right move for my circumstance with all the evidence that I have. I'm going to make this decision. And as you know, deciding means to cut off all the other options, right? So a decision made in faith that turns out unfavorable is better than procrastinating for months. And I know this question can really hinder people and hold people back. So if you get anything from this video, just freaking make a decision, stick with it for 90 days. And if it doesn't turn out in your favor, you can always pivot. You know, you're not stuck. You're not going to be, stuck in that decision. You can always make a move and pivot and go a different direction. You know, that's the beauty of business is you're going to learn as well. You're going to learn a bunch of stuff. So it's not such high stakes. So just wanted to take the pressure off from the get-go, right? One, it's not going to be 100% clear. It's dependent on your circumstance. And also just make the decision, fail faster. Right? Fail faster. That's a very important principle if you want to succeed in business and in life, is just make the decision, fail faster, learn faster. You'll get more feedback and you'll be able to make a new move on a faster basis as well. And oftentimes courage is what you need, right? Confidence is not really going to be there. Okay. So it's going to set yourself up for failure if you expect that you should have this booming sense of confidence in your decisions, right? Courage is making the decision in with the absence of confidence. It's still moving forward, even though you feel uncertain. It's moving forward, even though you don't know what you're doing, or you feel like a fraud, or whatever it is that you're feeling. That's what courage is. It's saying yes and committing in the face of all the uncertainty. All right. So now that we got that motivational speech accomplished, hopefully you feel good about that. But let's look at some basic things about niching, right? One thing you want to make sure is that they're easily reachable, that you can somehow get a hold of them, whether that's LinkedIn, whether that's Facebook, Instagram. Where do they hang out? And are you able to get in front of them with your offer? So that's number one for me. I like to make sure they're on Facebook because I like to run Facebook ads to acquire clients. Number two is, do they have a high ticket offer? Hey, this is huge. It took me a long time to learn this. If you don't know, I started my agency in 2019 targeting gym owners because I was a gym owner. So I just rolled right into niching down within gym owners, right? So that was unique to my circumstance. So I rolled into gym owners, but the problem was that they usually don't have a high ticket offer. They usually don't have a high ticket offer, and therefore it makes it challenging for them to be profitable on running ads. So you could either go two directions. You can teach them a new offer. So like a 6-week challenge for $600 or a 12-week challenge for $3,000. You can create that high ticket offer, but then that means you're going to have to coach them on that offer. It's much easier to go into an industry that already has a high ticket offer that you can just go in and run ads for or generate traffic for them. You don't have to coach them unless you want to go that coaching route, which is fine. So once again, there's nuances to everything. But for me, we stayed in gym owners for a long time. Recently, last year, we transitioned to focusing on dentists because of this very reason. I wanted to find a niche that had a high ticket offer already, that I didn't have to coach them on their business. All we had to do was our part, generate them traffic, generate them shows, right? And for me, my dad was a dentist, so I knew a little bit of the industry, which made it an easy way for me to get into that industry. And I just started running ads on Facebook because there's a ton of them on Facebook, even though it's a saturated niche. I mean, really think about it. You only need like 20 clients paying you $1,500 a month to make a good living, right? So, they need to be able to afford $3,000 a month, right? They need to be able to at least make their money back within their first month. at least get close to breaking even. And then ideally throughout the 6-12 months is they need to be getting the 10x return on their investment. So if it's a recurring offer, let's say you are targeting gyms, the way to approach that is one, get them close to breaking even that first month on their recurring revenue. Stress the fact that this is recurring revenue. If you break even on your first month, that's a huge win because that's recurring revenue. And you said they stick with you for 12 months. So the lifetime value of this client is huge, especially if you're bringing $200 a month membership. So that's the approach of, you got to take into consideration those factors. If it's a low recurring type of product that your client is selling, then you need to make sure that they understand this, right? But for me, dentists, they have dental implants that can be 30 grand for one case. So it's very easy for them to afford our services, right? So another thing to look at, this is just icing on the cake, right? Do they network with other owners in their profession? I found that with gym owners, they didn't connect a lot. At least the ones I worked with, they weren't connecting with a lot of gym owners across the US. Whereas with dentists, a lot of these guys are collaborators. They're used to going to conventions, used to being in different networks. So what we found is once we get these guys good results, they're telling their friends, they're in these little networks like, hey, I'm getting referrals, every week because the doctors we serve are in these little networks, these little pockets of networks. So it makes it easy to infiltrate those and get the word out. And as you know, there's nothing better than a referred client. A warm client that already knows, and trusts you, has that trust factor because someone they know trusts you. It's much easier to sell someone like that than someone cold from a Facebook ad, right? So that's a huge benefit to look at when you're doing your research. Other thing to take into consideration is, do you enjoy working with this target market? This is an important one. And it's hard to miss, especially when you're just starting out. You're not really thinking about enjoyment. You're just thinking about paying the bills. You're just thinking about making the money to just meet your needs, right? So you're not really in a mindset of, should my business be enjoyable? But I understand that. And I spent a lot of time in that place of thinking. But at the same time, you should make this decision before you get into a market. For example, lawyers, right? For me, I think they're pricks. I think they're arrogant a-holes for the most part. And I would never want to be doing business with lawyers. I did work with one very early on, and I came to the very easy conclusion that this is not going to be fun. And I do believe business should be fun, should be exciting. And the people you work with, it doesn't mean you have to be like absolutely love them and you think they're just so amazing, but you should enjoy them, right? So take that into consideration as well. And then another huge thing is, there a sub niche within the niche? So this is a huge thing that will help you in your marketing, right? So when it comes to running Facebook ads, for example, for me, for gym owners, right? When I'm targeting gym owners, often my messaging will be targeting a sub niche, like, hey, fill your boot camp in the next 90 days. It's not just like, hey, get more gym members. It's fill your boot camp. Or I have this very niche down within gym owners, which is, hey, we'll help you get more 50 plus members into your gym in the next 12 weeks with our Super 50 program, right? So that's a very niche within a niche. For dentists, like implants or Invisalign, or med spas, it's like body contouring, or chiropractors, it's back pain, knee pain, sciatica pain, whatever it is. You got to target those things because it's more specific. And I just believe the principle, like the more specific you are, the more you are perceived as an expert. Obviously, that helps in your marketing. They perceive you as a specialist instead of a generalist. And the more laser focused you are, that elevates your authority in their minds. They automatically think you're legit. So that's huge. A sub niche within a niche. Okay. So I should have started with this one, but if you're a beginner, right? If you're a beginner, do not niche down. Do not niche down. Work with anyone and everyone, because you don't know the answers to these questions. You don't have any feedback. You have no feedback loop. You have no experience. You just get in there to your warm market, work for free if you have to, but just start getting results. Okay. Find out who you enjoy working with, who you don't enjoy working with, because in the beginning phases, you're not looking to scale. Like, those are two very drastically different seasons of business. Like, you just starting out, getting 5 clients, 10 clients, compared to scaling and getting 5 to 10 clients a month. That's a big difference. Niching is absolutely important when you decide to scale. When you enter scale phase, then you want to niche down. Okay. But if you're just starting out, tap into your warm market, people that you know on Facebook. Put a post out there on Facebook. Hey, I'm running this trial. I'm starting out my agency. Would love to help you out. I've had these skills. I can definitely help you market. Go to your networking events, right? You got to hustle. And that's just the nature of it in the beginning. You got to grind. You got to grind it out. You could even run general Facebook ads, like just to no targeting. You can try that out. I've done that in the past as well. I've gotten on a lot of calls with just any type of local business, which is pretty cool. And that'll help you identify who do you really enjoy working with. So when you're starting out, don't niche down, find someone you enjoy. And then when you get a business that you get killer results for, you're like, wow, I absolutely crushed it for this person. We've got them a huge return on their investment. I like their business model. I think I can help more of these guys scale. Then you just use that testimonial and you just smash it. And that's when you go scaling. That's what I did with gym owners. I got my first client, got their testimonial. I was in the DMs all day, hitting up gym launch clients. That's how I grew to my first 10K a month. I would just be like, hey, this guy likes our services, running his ads for a 6-week challenge. Do you want something similar? Pretty straightforward. It's just a matter of consistency in getting out there in the DMs, whatever form of client acquisition that you're committing to, you just got to do it. All right. So hopefully that clears some things up for you. Some other reasons I like niching down is, once again, scalability, having a productized offer that is easy to fulfill. And that's essential to growing a team, a smooth, lean and mean team, right? Where you don't have to have account managers creating custom work for each client. You can have your Go High Level snapshot. All of your AI is set up for gyms and you can scale way faster. And that allows your team to operate in a way that's very smooth and that's very SOP driven, right? Where it's not custom work. Yeah, you hear it all the time. Having a productized agency is the way to go long term when you're looking to scale. And that's what we've done. And that's how I don't have to put a ton of hours in. I have a team that manages the day to day. They manage all the client communications. They manage the ads, where my job is just to continually market and, provide strategy. And yeah, that is the main reason that you should niche down. Scalability, for sure. If you want to have a life and you're not a slave to your business where you're working all the time, which I have no interest in doing. And then perceived specialists, I already hit on that. Your market sees you as an expert. When, people ask me all the time, do you just work with dentists? Right? If a dentist hops on with me, they usually want to know that I'm a specialist in their market. Okay. So that is my 2 cents on this whole subject of niching down. Hopefully you got some clarity out of that. If you have any other questions though, drop it in the comments below. And if you want some one-on-one coaching help, I do offer one-on-one coaching right now. At the time of this recording, it may not be up later down the road, but shoot me a DM if you are interested. I'll see if we're a good fit. Right now, I just do one-on-one coaching. That's for people that are not really beginners. Maybe you have a few clients and you're looking to scale. But I do have, for absolute beginners, some free courses. So shoot me a DM if you want some more help either way. I'll put my Facebook link in the YouTube description below. Other than that, see you on the next video.